Hello, for those of you who are watching this later. This is another one of my unscheduled, spur of the moment live streams that no one knows about. So no one is here at the moment. Actually, I said no one knew about it. That's not entirely true. One person knows about it. Also, my phone's not charging, so this might not be a long live stream. I do not want to have to buy a new phone. All right, let's get the chat up and let some people show up. 8:30. That's when I was planning on being able to go live. Our topic this evening is prepping the mind. It's not really the topic. Still only one person. Hey, Isaac. It's just you and me right now, buddy. Oh, no, we got 5 people. Ryan's here. Hey, Ryan. Tim's here. Paul Meadow. What's up, buddy? All right, I'm getting the chat up. Hold on just a second. Y'all entertain each other for a minute. Hey, Tim. That's 2 Tims. Oh, Ryan. Damn it. Now I can't say anything about it. You told me in the email not to use your name if I did anything with the information. You just outed yourself, brother. Okay. Isaac is going to sing and dance while we wait. I want to sing and dance. I want to sing and dance. I want to be a pirate in the Pirates of Penzance. Yeah, baby. Okay, I see what you say. You don't want anyone to know your real name. Ryan, and I don't remember all of the information right now off the top of my head. Ryan has heard some information about a potential. We lost someone already. About a potential, hey Walter, a potential ammo shortage coming up. I've been hearing some rumors myself. I don't have anything definite. As I recall, Ryan did have a source of information, and I'm not remembering it right now. I'm sorry, Ryan. So this evening, we're trying something a little different. I'm not really a big whiskey guy. Chicken Farmer Plus, shalom. But we'll be sipping on a little bit of this proper 12 Irish whiskey. Just because I don't have anything more appropriate to the occasion. And our shot glass is going to be my Don't Tread on Me 30 millimeter grenade shell that Nick over at Homegrown Liberty gave me. There's almost no chance Nick is watching this live stream because... Ooh, that was a bit much. Because Nick is actually at a meeting well, I don't think he normally watches live streams anyway, but he's at a meeting this weekend. What did I do with the stopper? Oh, there it is. With some people I would love to be with, but I just can't afford to go to. All right, here we go. Irish whiskey. Ooh, hold on a second, Walter. We'll talk about that. Yeah, it's nothing. Unremarkable. Our buddy Half Can Tan, he's not a whiskey drinker. And if that's what Irish whiskey tastes like, I can understand it. It's boring. All right, Walter Davis just found a Brown Bess. Is it a reproduction, Walter, or is it an original? You can see my black powder right there, right there. I won't touch it though, because YouTube will freak out and dump the stream on me. Uh, Anywho, all right. Did Walter respond? Jesse is drinking good old Bush Lights. All right, Walter hasn't told us if it's a real brown bess or a reproduction brown bess. Either one would be very, very cool. All right, so this evening, I have a new. Buy what you can while you can. They are requisitioning ammo, powder, and primers to other places. Who knows where? Well, Ukraine. Uh, the Food and Drug Administration. Anywhere they can requisition. I'm sure the IRS needs another 10 billion rounds. They're just gonna. Oh, Walter's just joking. Sorry, Walter, I missed it. Isaac is drinking some good damn water right now, if it interests anyone. Okay, so Walter was just being funny about his assault rifle. So what I thought we'd talk about tonight, I'm on this new kick. I'm not positive, I want to do a video a week, a live stream a week, and a Patreon post a week. And maybe I can get back to building this community again. I don't know if I'm going to actually follow through with all that. So I'm not planting any flags. But if I do, I said doo-doo. By the way, the kids are watching an Ernest movie in the background. So if you start hearing hysterical gales of laughter, it's because the funniest man who's ever lived is engaged in his usual antics. I believe the topic this evening is Ernest Rides Again, a very underappreciated Ernest classic. Like, if you were going to, I lost another person. This is talk about Ernest. People just don't appreciate the classics. If you're going to rank the Ernest canon, the funniest one. Oh boy, it's hard to rank Ernest. If you're going to talk about movies, the funniest movie is Ernest Goes to Jail, followed by Ernest Scared Stupid, and then probably this one, Ernest Rides Again. But I would have to review the filmography to make sure I'm not forgetting something. Of course, the worst one, the least funny one, is Ernest Saves Christmas. And then the second least funny one is Ernest Goes to Camp. That really was the one that killed his career, unfortunately. Ernest Goes to Camp was a disappointment to all true Ernest fans. Anywho, what I want to talk about this evening. What did I miss? So Isaac, I didn't. I mean, I've been hearing his name a lot. I assume his cancer has taken a turn for the worse, but I haven't heard any actual details. Uh, is he terminal, or has he died? It is terminal. That is a shame. He had an exceptional channel. I really liked his approach to most things. Uh, he had an amazing ability to talk to the camera. I don't know hardly anyone in any genre who could talk as focusedly as he could. He would just do uh, minute and not even. I mean, he had some videos that were several hours a couple of times, and the whole thing would just be this really focused staccato, unbroken delivery of information. He had a remarkable mind, and of course, he was a fellow Marine. Do it do Has there been any announcement about how long he's got? Uh, Is this the kind of deal where he's gonna? Is it gonna be quick or anyway? He might not ever even release that information. I know. I watched a video where he turned the channel over to his brother, uh, and that was just kind of sad. And I didn't. I haven't watched anything since then. Yeah, the last time I saw him, he was on a crutch, and he didn't look good. He didn't look good. Oh, that's a shame. Maybe that's what we should talk about tonight. Instead of prepping the mind, we should talk about the. Is that rocking distracting? Someone tell me, because I probably can't do it. Yeah, I don't know what his religious beliefs are. I never got the impression he was an overtly religious man. If he was, he certainly never talked about it. Uh, Boogity, the Sasquatch is in the house. How about that? Sasquatch, I was actually on the verge of calling you the other day. Uh, but then I realized I was in a really good mood and happy, and why would I blow that? No, I'm kidding. But I was thinking about calling you just to see how you were doing. But yeah, no, death is, what's the right word? Time is undefeated. Ain't she just a peach? Uh, you know, death has been defeated, but death still gets its lick in. This is not a permanent situation we have here. We are passing through. We are passing through rapidly. I'm 48 years old. I cannot. I mean, any of you who are about my age, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. Those 48 years have flown past. Flown past. Uh, uh, I mean, yeah, someone just said blink of an eye. Hey, Hunter Kirk's here. Landon Wold is here. How you doing, sir? Uh, and I am really, really, really displeased with myself for how much of it I've wasted and how much I continue to waste. I know that these years are precious. I know that they're flying by. I know. So my dad's 68, and he's had his health has really taken a turn for the worse this year. You know, he's only 20 years older than I am. I might only have 20, really good years left. Now Dad was good all the way up to the time he was. Dean is here. I have a lot of gum. uh, and I'm not going to put all his business out there, although I don't think he would mind. It's not like he's going to die tomorrow, uh, but his activity has been severely curtailed. And just like in a blink of an eye, he went from being a, a healthy, vital man. Jay Helms, Madison Township, Ohio. How you doing, Jay? Uh, is that Chief? Jay, did you used to be Chief? I want to say Chief Likeable was from somewhere near there. Yeah, and really in the space of a year, he went from okay, sorry, Jay. Went from being a healthy, vital man, who would go out with me and we'd split firewood or whatever it is, and now this health issue has sidelined him. It has sidelined him, and with some permanent changes that. Yeah, Tim is 56. Downhill slide. Yeah, it is. It's the downhill slide. You're past that halfway mark. Our generation is one of the first generations that's going to live a shorter life than our parents. The Gen X is Gen X. Gen X maybe isn't going to live shorter than our parents, but I think the millennials are definitely going to have shorter lives. And although, I mean, I'm constantly surprised at how many people I know who are dead. Car wrecks, drug overdoses, just shock. Not shocking stuff, but it's shocking how many people I know are gone. Yeah, Dean says I was in great health. Then one day my heart took a shit. You know. Yeah, Sasquatch says he just. Sasquatch, did you lose some family here recently? And what Sasquatch is just saying there, heck, I just became the last man standing for my line. Uh, I'm sorry to hear that, Sasquatch. I will try to give you a call. It'll probably be Monday. I am I am very surprised at how many families I know that are dying out. So my maternal grandfather, his my mom's dad, maternal grandfather. I know you know what his family is dying. My uncle is the end of his line, but my uncle is in his early 60s. I think he's 61 and never had any kids, and obviously, at 61 is unlikely to. While Sasquatch is the terminus for five families. Uh, he had a brother, but his my grandfather had a brother, but his brother didn't have any sons. Or no, I'm sorry, his brother never had any kids at all, and I think his father was an only child, if I remember correctly. No, Dean, it is all by design. Yeah, no, it's a total. What is that? Agenda 21 or my my first five children's mother's family is also dead, uh, or not dead, but dying. Uh, my ex-wife has a brother, but that brother didn't have any kids. Oh wow, no, both sides of that family is. So my ex-mother-in-law, uh, she had a brother, but that brother never had any kids. She had two kids, my ex-wife and her brother, but my ex-wife's brother didn't have any kids. Twin Arrows survival. How you doing, sir? Uh, and then my ex-father-in-law didn't. Yeah, I think Anarchy Television is here. It's been a while, sir. How you doing? Glad to hear that, Twin Arrows. That's all you can ask for these days. Anyway, and then Mariah, my current wife's family, uh, they're like they have huge swaths of that family's not going to make it. Uh, you Lots of them had no kids. A couple of them had one kid. One of those kids is confused about which bathroom to use. Uh, I know my current mother-in-law's my mother-in-law's. When I say current, it sounds like it might not last. When Mariah and I got married, I told her we might die in a suspicious trailer fire, but we will die married. Uh, but yeah, so my mother-in-law was one of six kids, and she had four kids, and I think her other five siblings only had three kids between them. My favorite bathroom is behind a pine tree. What the hell did I miss? Anyway, no one wants to hear of the family tree. Twin Arrows has four kids and one grandkid. My big news this week is that I have another grandbaby on the way. Thank you for reminding me, Twin Arrows. Uh, oh, bathroom confusion. Okay, Isaac, I see. So yeah, I just found out about Wednesday that I have my fourth grandchild is coming. Dean, I'm sorry. I still blame the damn Vaccines. Thank you, Twin Arrows. I appreciate that. Yeah. So I've got two grandsons and a granddaughter right now, and then we'll see what this new one is. Yeah. Hey, Sasquatch, I'm trying, but hey, Luke B. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Uh, thank you, Palmetto. I'm trying, but it's possible God has close. I don't know. I'm hoping not. I don't want to speak anything. Uh, I know it's a good name, but it's been a while since we've had a pregnancy. Uh, oh, they like that, Landon. I thought it it tickles me to death every time. I don't know why it's so funny to me, but it's hysterical. I just enjoy the hell out of that one. Uh, but maybe we can start a trend because I've never seen anyone else do it before. I'm the one. I can't remember. I can't. I think I'm the one that came up with it in my Marine Corps unit too. I don't remember how or why, uh, but yeah, I have never seen anyone else do it. So maybe we can start a trend. But what was I gonna say? Oh, Ines. He's named after my grandmother, who was from Ireland. Oh, that's what I was saying, Paul Meadow. Thank you. Yeah, no. The baby is 2.5, I think, and there just hasn't been another pregnancy. Yeah, we've never gotten involved in that. We've always left that to God. I'm hopeful for another child, but obviously at this point I can't complain. If he decides I'm done, then honestly I have 15. What am I going to say? No, you owe me another one. That being said, I would love another child. That way, oh, Luke had another one at the end of 2023. Congratulations. Militant Roots says 6 kids here, one on the way. God is good. 7. That's a big deal. Militant Roots. 7 is that's a whole new category right there. 6 really. 5. I would say 5. I would say once you've had 5, you've moved into a new category. Uh, what did Jesse say about the vaccines? Stopped getting vaxes after I was 15. I have weird skin rashes. I blame on that. There are thousands of products pushed on us by food companies, promoted by the government, and banned in numerous countries. Yeah, Dean, and I don't we the thing we all forget about, good old Alex Jones, gonna make the frogs gay. Our water is completely corrupted with birth control drugs. The birth control drugs. So I really have 9. What did Anarchy say? I don't really think anyone is coming to save us. We, the people, are the ones that are waiting for. We need to be well educated, self sufficient, self governed, and armed. Amen. Where's the gringo? Hey, Major Ken. The gringo. 357.38 inventory. The gringo moved. I was heartbroken. Uh, he had a grandbaby, and they moved to be close to the grandbaby. So he lives about 2 hours away now. I probably still see him once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. We get together whenever we can, but yeah, he's no longer 5 minutes away. That was yeah, yeah. I liked having him nearby, but family first. I get it. And he still has his house here. He just bought a new house there, and yeah, and that's where they spend their time, and good on him. He's got a grandbaby. I would probably do the same thing. But it was really nice. Palmetto, if this place keeps growing the way it is, I may not be able to stay here. I may have to get out of here. Uh, we'll see. We've got a lot of ties here. We got so many ties here. But Yeah, I'm at that stage of life where some of those might start uh, lessening. And if Atlanta continues, if Atlanta continues to drag the state the direction it's been, 30 minutes to the nearest gas station. That is awesome. If Atlanta continues to drag the state to the left, yeah, I may not have a choice. I can't. You know, we homeschool. I won't give up on the homeschool. Uh, and obviously the Second Amendment. You know, yes, found revolting city in Texas. I like it. What state would I be most interested in? Yeah, 20 hours we move. Oh yeah, Major Ken Buford. Hokey smokes. Have you been to Buford lately? It's it's just Atlanta. It's not even a suburb anymore. It's just Atlanta. Uh, I mean, it technically is still a suburb, but it has just exploded. When I graduated high school in 1995, Buford, Georgia, Buford, uh, looked. I live in the Upper Peninsula. It's been 40 degrees this past week. Usually it's below zero right now. Uh, yeah, it's just when I graduated high school in 1995, it was a cow pasture, you know, where the Mall of Georgia is now. Uh, and even 5 years ago, it wasn't, you know, half of built up as it is right now. And all of that growth is coming north. Uh, so, and my property value has just skyrocketed. I mean, it has absolutely skyrocketed. I am, I am legitimately a little worried about what my next valuation is going to be because the stuff around me is selling at insane prices. Some of it selling for homes that are comparable to mine are selling for 5 times what I bought mine for 10 years ago. 5 times. I don't. How are young people supposed to start families these days? Uh, it's not possible. That being said, what states would I be interested in moving to? Uh, so it's got to be a. If I move, uh, wow, 5 acres of land for $10,000. If I move, I'll have to. It will be because I'm moving to a state with. Well, someone just said it. With superb gun laws, with with good homeschool laws, and with very, very, very little chance of swinging leftward anytime soon. And then also with Sasquatch has a beautiful farm. Uh, it that is a truly gorgeous piece of property Sasquatch is sitting on. I've visited there. Actually, we've shot some videos up there. I don't think I'm talking out of school, Sasquatch. Uh, if you watch our BOF video, the one where we're shooting at the 170-yard range, that's at Sasquatch's place. Uh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. And then, you know, homeschool friendly, good Second Amendment laws with no chance, with very small chance of swinging leftward. And it would be nice if there was a Torah community nearby. Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. My phone's not charging. This is going to be a short live stream, and I'm going to have to buy a new phone. Son of bitches. We're at 20%. If this shuts off, it's because there's something stupid with my phone. I apologize, man. So, northern Arkansas, southern Missouri is high on the list. Uh, yeah, hey, Kimmy. Yeah, Palmetto, real close to you. Uh, I really like mountains. Missouri, Southwest Michigan. Yeah, come to Missouri. We have cookies. And so I would really want to be somewhere not flat. I don't deal well with the flat. It freaks me out. So, the Ozarks, Western South Carolina is, at least the Florida governor recognized that we can carry a fight. I like DeSantis. Oh, I'd love to go. Now remember, I'm not moving right now. Uh, Although, if I could afford some property, I wouldn't mind buying property just to have the property. Uh, oh, lots of groundwater in northern Arkansas. That's good. Yeah, if I could handle like Montana and Wyoming. Hey, Les, thank you, sir. Tell Sharon we said hello. Yeah, if I thought I for sure I could, if I knew for sure I could handle the cold, because I've never. Hey, Wes is here. Be a man. Move to Texas. Yes. Everything is too big in Texas, Wes. I'm used to being the biggest man I know. I'd feel small. Uh, but yeah, Texas is certainly on the list. My family is most recently from Texas. Kind of weird story. Uh, the first, the first man of my name, came to this country in 1760, and I think he landed at Jamestown, or maybe it was someone in Norfolk. Maybe it was Norfolk, but he landed in Virginia. Uh, Dean says it's looking like the Texas might win its case against the ATF. I'm not familiar with that case. Uh, and he pretty quickly moved out to Western Virginia. Oh, but really southern Western Virginia, so much so that it bounced back and forth between Virginia and North Carolina, and the area now is actually in North Carolina. Oh, suppressor laws, awesome, Dean. That would be awesome if they won that. Uh, yeah, come over on a prison ship. You're an asshole. Nice. Uh, and they live there. I can't remember the name of the town now, but it's extreme northwestern North Carolina now, and it used to be extreme southwestern Virginia. And then California suspended background check on ammo. Dear God, I'm not sure I realized they were doing that. Crying out loud. Anyway, after the Civil War, Billy Graham country. After the Civil War, the line I'm descended from left uh, Saint Benitez struck it down. Uh, we served in the war as a drummer boy in a 1590 Massachusetts, in a Kentucky regiment, and I've never looked. Kentucky had it had Union. Part of it fought Union, part of it fought Southern, and I've never looked to see what was what. However, after the war, that ancestor went to Texas, so I suspect he was probably a Confederate. And considering where he'd grown up, but you see, all those guys up in the Appalachians, they hated slavery. It's not that they weren't racist; it's just that they hated slavery because they thought it was economic competition. Uh, so it was actually kind of surprising how many how much of Appalachia didn't support the Confederacy just because they hated slavery because it was economic competition, and it was keeping them poor. Uh, so from about 1864 on, we were in Texas up until West Texas too. Tom Green County now, a little town called Sanko. Uh, Sanko? Yeah, I think Sanko's the community. and then there's a bigger town nearby, but I can't remember the name of the bigger town. It's not a very big town. And then after World War II, my grandfather, who was a big damn war hero, he really had a really cool war record. He was in the Navy, had 5 ships blown out from underneath him. At one point, he spent like three days. Hey, Savage Air Guns! He spent 3 days in the ocean. Uh, you know, he was on some of the. Oh, Senko is hardcore Texas. There you go, West. You had no idea you were friends with a hardcore Texan, did you? Uh, yeah, my family had a a sheep ranch out there, I think. Anyway, so after the war, though, he was just whacked in the head. Uh, after the War of Northern Aggression. And he left Texas temporarily and moved to Chicago. And he spent like maybe 10 years in Chicago, and then he went back to Texas and just absent-mindedly left a few things behind. Just stuff he forgot to take with him, like my father and my uncle. Uh, so my dad actually grew up northwest of Chicago. And then my mom's people, I don't know much about my mom's. Well, anyway, all that to say, we've actually have roots in Texas. We still have family in Texas, but we're not close with them. But they're out there. Uh, so Texas would be a possibility. I don't know what the mountain situation. I rode across Texas on. Oh, Wes is close to Sanko. Huh. Uh, I rode across Texas on a motorcycle when I was 17. I went all the way across I-10. Yeah, all the way, all the way to El Paso, across the whole state. Went in at Beaumont, uh, all the way to El Paso, and then rode back. And I still don't really quite understand the geography of the state. What Savage Airgun say? To be fair, after my second tour in war, even I was wrecked in the head. Took it years to admit I had an issue, and 12 years to get real help. Sadly, most don't. Yeah, and especially that generation. Uh, but my grandfather used it as an excuse. He had some other stuff going on. He was a stupid man who lived a stupid life. He didn't fight anything except anyone who was in between him and a drink. It was a wasted life. Uh, Now, Tim Pack says his clan moved west during the Indian relocation from the Appalachians. I love the Appalachians. I absolutely love these mountains. Now, I'm in the extreme southern tip of them, but I absolutely love them. So, western South Carolina is a place I would really consider relocating to. It's up in some mountains. It's also very very close to where I live now. I live in Georgia, very 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 close to western South Carolina. I'm not far from South Carolina, North Carolina, and Tennessee. Uh, I'll get SWAT teamed. uh, yeah. Oh yeah, Isaac. I think Mariah wants to hike the trail one day. So I would think about western South Carolina, which is beautiful country. It's underdeveloped. South Carolina doesn't have any, like Palmetto was saying earlier, doesn't have any large major metro areas that are going to absolutely tank the place anytime soon. Good weather, beautiful country. One of my grandfathers was a piglet in World War II before there was the Air Force pilot. I don't think your grandfather was a piglet, but it's possible. One of my grandfathers was a pilot in World War II before the war, before there was an Air Force. He was Army Air Corps. He was kind, to the point, and very closed. He stayed in one room most days watching the History Channel. Lots of preppers in Western South Carolina. Oh, there used to be one of the bigger prepper channels is over there. Southern Prepper One, I think. Oh wow, he was the reason I got help. He said, "Don't end up like me." Well, that was a gift. Are you about to slide past me? Do you want me to hold the?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, Paul Meadows met him. Uh, where was I? Oh, he's north of Greenville. Well, I think of Western. Yeah, I guess you could say Western South Carolina is. Gosh, there's not much north of Greenville, Spartanburg, and then you're all the way up to damn Charlotte. Uh, but yeah, pretty much west of Greenville, west of Spartanburg, west of Anderson. That's kind of what I'm talking about. That if you look at the state, you see I-85, goes north. Pretty much everything west of I-85. But that I-85 corridor is getting built up, so you'd want to get pretty far west of that. Now, uh, now the area Palmetto's from is a really nice area as far as good people, good growing season, good weather, very very flat, very very flat, and chiggers. I like to get up a little bit high enough in elevation so you don't have to deal with them chiggers. Okay, so I love North Carolina. North Carolina is beautiful, uh, but it's liberal and it's gonna get worse. Uh, Virginia's. I'm telling you, the Shenandoah Valley is one of the most beautiful places on the earth. The Shenandoah Valley is breathtaking. Washington, D.C. has wrecked that state. Yeah, Savage Air Guns. Those World War II guys and the Korean guys, they were a different breed. Uh, yeah, Asheville, North Carolina is just hippie central, rich hippie central, mind you, but hippie central. But Jeremiah Johnson went up to the mountains. So North Carolina wouldn't wouldn't work because it's going to get pulled too hard to the left. Virginia's already been pulled to the left, not their fault, but it is what it is. Washington D.C. has just destroyed that state. West Virginia, severely, I would be very tempted to move to West Virginia. Sasquatch, you don't like Asheville? I thought those were your people up there, brother. Uh, it really is. I used to always say Maine because Maine is so undeveloped and just wilderness. Every reminds me of Eugene. He's talking about Eugene, Oregon. But our buddy Adam up there tells me that it's just lost to us too. They've got that one big city, I guess Bangor, and it's dragged that whole state left leaning. But yeah, Western Maine, Maine, I've always thought, boy, that'd be a great place because no one thinks about Maine, but but now Tennessee, yeah, Maine is empty because it's cold. Tennessee, especially like right around where the Sasquatch lives, uh, hey, Mariah, text Sam and tell him stop by, okay? Text Sam and tell him I said stop by. Oh, okay, don't worry about it. Is Cheyenne here? Oh, is Zoe? Ask her to text him if she's got his number. Here, I'm throwing names around. Sorry, my son texted me and I can't text him back while I'm talking to you guys. A- Anywho, where was I? Oh, Tennessee. Love Tennessee. I think Tennessee would be a great choice. Chuck Norris Gun Club is here. How you doing, sir? Uh, Especially like right around I say where Sasquatch lives. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous area. Oh yeah, Les, that is gorgeous. Northern California, Les, is drop dead gorgeous. I did mountain warfare training up there by uh, Bridgeport, not far from Reno, Nevada. I need more regard pills. Regard pills? Freedom pills? So that those are the places on east of the Mississippi I would consider. I don't know about Michigan. I know that Upper Peninsula is supposed to be great territory, but Michigan is has got all those cities that are going to drag it leftwards. You cross the Mississippi, and we've already talked about Arkansas, Missouri. God, Missouri keeps impressing me. Uh, the problem with Alaska, Isaac, is the mosquitoes. I hear the mosquitoes. I have not seen Yosemite, Les. I would love to. That's the part of the country I haven't seen. Is the Lance Corporal veterans here? How you doing, sir? Palmetto says I'm moving there. Uh, Let me see what little also it says. You're moving here. I already know it. I just need to help you know it. Uh, Palmetto, did you Now you said this in a live stream. I'm pretty. No, you didn't say this in a live stream. You must have texted me that. You had told me that you might be making a significant addition to your circle. Did that ever come to fruition? Yeah, Les. Northern California is jaw dropping. Literally jaw dropping. I had this southeast Kentucky around Daniel Boone. Uh, I don't know much about Kentucky now that you mention it. You're right about Michigan. If it weren't for family, I'd be gone. Pennsylvania has everything. What did that say? Pennsylvania has everything except great beaches. Have to cross into enemy lines to New Jersey for them. I have a son in Pennsylvania, so that would be tempting. I don't know what their gun laws are like, though. You feel like Philadelphia is, always going to drag Pennsylvania to the. Oh, yeah, Isaac. Upstate New York is also insanely beautiful. I could not believe it. I went up there for my sister in law's from there. Corn Pop's here. Hey, Corn Pop. Uh, where was I? And I was absolutely blown away by how beautiful northern New York was. Too much blue seepage. One pro about the Great Lakes area is you can pound a sand point well and hit water in less than 20 feet. Oh, Walter Davis says gun laws are good in Pennsylvania. Well, I mean that's a big thing for me. I don't know cost of living. I, oh, we left out Alabama. I hate to say this. Some parts of Michigan are Muslim and have huge mosquitoes. See, I'm out. Uh, Alabama, if it wasn't so damn flat, would be a good place to be. They got good soil. They've got an amazing growing season, low cost of living. They've got good politics. Uh, it is hot in Alabama, but remember, I'm from Georgia, so uh, roll tide. Shut up, Les. I thought we were friends, man. Roll tide. I am so pissed at Nick Saban. I am so pissed at Nick Saban. He retired right when we were on the verge. We were on the verge of beating him and taking over the title, and that dirty son of a bitch retires undefeated. I don't know if I even care about college football anymore. That is such bullshit. Like, come on, man. Anywho. Oh, Laura Ingram isn't shopping at Aldi anymore. I wonder why. Uh, do you really think Muslims are any more of a threat than... Come on. Damn it. Oh, and now everything went away. Do you really think Muslims are really any more of a threat than the globalist commies running our governments? A question I have been asking more lately. Well, here's the deal, Isaac. Yeah, Northeast Alabama West is nice. That if I was gonna, but that is actually an area that is growing because of Chattanooga, Tennessee is spilling out over the border. Uh, yeah, Isaac. Here's the thing: the globalist elites are going to soften us up so that then we can't resist the Islamic takeover. Islam always fails whenever it's resisted. Uh, but right now, the secular atheists, Clancy Russell, how you doing? Are going to protect them until they get strong enough, and then yeah, then it's going to be a problem because I mean, look at what happens everywhere where they get a foothold. This is a culture that spreads oppression and tyranny and poverty and corruption everywhere it goes. You know, it is Islamic culture is gangster culture with a splash of religion thrown in. And sure, okay, hashtag not all Muslims, uh, but enough. I do think the Antichrist could be someone who, yeah, maybe he doesn't come from Islam, but he certainly is going to be friendly to Islam. He's going to be somebody who the Muslims can get behind. They aren't going to soften this tough old bird. So yeah, Islam is a threat. Oh, but I mean, but you're right. So is the globalist elite, and so are the Catholics. But there are interesting things going on in the Catholic Church right now. Yeah, Nostradamus said a lot about a lot of things, Chuck Norris. The Antichrist is probably a Jew. My my guess is he's a Christian who converts to Islam, and DNA evidence reveals that he has some connection to the tribe of Judah. Because then now everyone's on board. Or maybe he's a Muslim who converts to Christianity, and then DNA evidence reveals that he's got connections to the tribe of Judah. Yeah, but that's the thing with most everyone, Isaac. I feel the same thing about Mormons. I think most everyday Mormons are great, but yeah, no, we're dying from within, Savage Airguns. We're killing ourselves. No one else is going to overthrow us, but we're going to die. Isn't the Antichrist the apostle of beast, and the beast is the real bad one? Yes, as I remember. I don't get I don't get too worked up about the end time prophecy stuff. The biggest threat, leave it to Sasquatch. I got to read this one. The biggest threat, if things go pear shaped, is going to be the feral soccer mom from down the street with a butcher knife in her teeth, crawling into your house at 00200, seeking the last hit of Ritalin. That's awesome. Thought it was the King of England. Yeah, Wes has got it right. Usually, whenever Wes drops the dumb act and starts talking serious, he's almost always right, and he's right again. Islam is a dangerous arm in the devil's army. Progressive Christians are another. He's exactly right. In fact, I think the worst persecutions will come from liberal Christians. What act? I love you, Wes. But anywho, well, oh yeah. So we're talking about where to move to. I would love to be man enough to be able to pull off Wyoming or Montana or the Dakotas, somewhere up there where John Wayne shot a movie. When are you coming to visit? I don't know, Palmetto. You know how poor I am and how many kids I got. Pillbillies running amok. Forget Wyoming. The wind never stops blowing. I don't like wind. Hey, Viking preparedness is here. How you doing, sir? What a wonderful little thrill. Shalom, sir. Uh, Pastor Fox, we're talking about where we'd move if we had to move, and pretty much everyone agrees we all want to go live by you. So yeah, the OG's in the house. We all kind of owe a little bit to Pastor Fox. We're glad to hear it, sir. I did notice Sister Kate had a little post saying that she wasn't feeling great. That maybe she was having some. I think she said gut issues. So we'll be praying for Sister Kate that she'll feel better. Uh, I wouldn't bring that up if she hadn't posted it publicly, of course. So there we go. Pastor Fox has spoken. Northern Idaho, if not the cults, all here. Well, where is here at? I have heard good things about Northern Idaho. I've also heard that it's growing like a weed, uh, and I don't know what kind of growth is up there. But yeah, Sasquatch likes. Please pray for her. We will definitely pray for her, sir. Uh, uh, Meeting Sister Kate in person has been one of the great joys of my life. She was just a delightful woman, uh, fun and smiley and just great to be around. No, the Bear Independent cult, the Bear Independent cult. Actually, you're among a lot of Bear's friends here. Actually, I just heard from Bear recently. He texted me and he sent me a nice little present. I owe him a text back. We like Bear. But Pastor Fox, I love the Ozarks. I never thought about them before. That's my point. uh, Before getting to interact with you and then obviously seeing your channel and stuff, I would love to be near a larger Torah community. We've got a small Torah community here, but it is very, very small, and it's mostly older people, and it would be nice to be around some. It would be nice to be around some families with kids our age, so that we had someone to marry our children to when the time came. Uh, oh, I mean, I have grown children. I need to get married right now. Obviously, I have two sons that need wives, but they're not Torah keepers. They're mainstream Christians. So I guess being near a Torah community for them. Chuck Norris is just a Jew. uh, uh, yes, sir. We're keeping a weather eye on the horizon. Uh, our lives appear to be getting to the point where we might might be ready to begin thinking about one day relocating. We have to see how the next couple of years go. But Les says, folks talk about moving, but I'm staying right where I'm at and fighting it, whichever manner it comes. Paul Meadows going to start shopping for me for some properties. Uh, yo, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind that Palmetto. Uh, but yeah, I think for my money, it's northern Arkansas, southern Missouri. Uh, if I have to move, West says serious on the listing. We would love that place. Sasquatch is holding, but if I lived where Sasquatch lived, I would be holding too. Uh, Absolute. He even has a capped natural gas well on his place. I mean, I don't know what it would take to uncap it. Wes knows more about. Wes took a look at it when we were out there, and I think he said it might not be uncappable. But by God, there's natural gas out there. Lance Corporal veteran has been looking around for land in California. Yeah, land prices are going down, but nothing like it was before COVID when you could buy 100 acres for 20,000. Now you're lucky you could buy 40 acres for 100,000. There's Matt Miller. Somebody mentioned Bear. Anybody bordering Canada for me? Anything bordering Canada for me? Canada for me, except why Canada? Why Canada? I don't know. I'm just so used to trees. You know, that's oh, I love the cold. That's the other thing about Texas is there's no trees out there, and everything I know is trees. You know, I can cut firewood and run chainsaws, and I feel like if I want to know how Catholics. Uh, uh, Savage Airgun says people forget too far out equals too easy to get. In the USMC as a grunt, cities were almost uncontrollable. Suburbs were completely controlled. Sticks were nothing to control with a battalion of us. That's an interesting take. That's an interesting take. Uh, Counterintuitive, but I can see the sense of it. But also, the cities is where they try to control. No one really cares what we do out here in the hinterlands. Uh, but you're right. Urban warfare is not easy, and but like someplace like West Texas, or the way I envision the Rockies. Although I know the Rockies have trees, but the way I envision the West is these wide open plains. Grassland as far as you can see, or desert, and I just can't. I can't envision myself in that environment. I like trees. I feel like if I have trees around, I can do a lot. I understand trees and can work with trees, and trees are good. I don't understand not having trees and hills. At least hills. It's got to be hills. Uh, who says Catholics are a threat? I missed that. Max, I don't think anyone said Catholics are a threat per se. I think they were talking about the Vatican. In California, we grow all our trees. But yeah, no, the vast majority of rank and file Catholics are fine people who who just way overcomplicate things a little bit. But Oklahoma Panhandle has. Hold on a second. Let's see what that says. Oklahoma Panhandle has no trees, hills, water, or people. All right. Well, Les is pushing for California. He says we have all that in California. Again, though, the only problem with California is the homeschool laws are terrible and the gun laws are terrible. Land is beautiful. The people outside of the cities are fantastic. We love trees. I even like the desert, except for lack of water. Yes, sir. I'm sure you, Northern Nevada. Uh, so I've been to Northern Nevada, and I like I said, I did that mountain warfare training package where we spent about 6 weeks, probably an hour outside of Reno, and that was an amazing area. Loved that area. Uh, but again, it's just California, you know. Ryan's back. Thank you. Uh, but back to Pastor Fox thing about the desert. I loved the desert in the fall and the spring. But again, I couldn't. Now, the desert I spent all my time in was Southern California, in 29 Palms, just south of Fort Irwin, which I would imagine is where you would have done your desert warfare training, sir. So very similar. They're only like 50 miles apart. Uh, Pickle Meadows. I'm not familiar with Pickle Meadows. Uh, and again, I just there were there was a lot of scrub brush out there. Now you didn't need a lot of firewood. Although no, I take that back. At night it was crazy cold. I mean, crazy cold. You would need a fire at night up there. I feel like even in the summer, I feel like it was August and September. That's usually when I was out there. I think I went out there 4 times, and I think it was usually in August and September. And it was some of the coldest. Those nights were some of the coldest I've ever been in my life. And then during the day, it would be, "Hey, Aidnir, how you doing, sir?" Uh, you know, it would be over 100 degrees during the day, 110, 115 degrees during the day. It got over 120 one time. But then at night, it would fall down. It just wouldn't be, you couldn't endure it almost. It would be so cold. That was back when we first got uh, the modular sleeping bags. You know, you had the bivy sack, the patrol bag, and the cold weather bag. And I swear to you, I would be in all both bags. I don't think I had the bivy sack out there because I don't know why I would have taken it because it was just for waterproofing. But I know I had my cold weather bag and my patrol bag, and I was in them every night. It was so cold. Of course, then you would have to be real careful to get out of your bag in the morning because once it started, "Hey, Aaron, move here to Philly. Great prices in some neighborhoods. Great gun culture. If you're into Glocks." I'm not into. I don't. Pastor Fox likes Glocks. Uh, Glocks bore me. I know they're good. I know they're good pistols. I know they're great pistols. I know really good shooters use Glocks and use them well. But man, your weapon, your sidearm, you know, it's got to be something personal that speaks to you. Just like with a workman, you know, his tools. Uh, Isaac betrayed his Beretta. Isaac, how dare you? Uh, Now, I think everyone's rifle should be standard. Everyone should standardize on. Hey, Sister Kate, shalom, man. We're praying for you. We saw your post about the other day about that you were having some health troubles. So we've had you in our prayers, and we'll keep you there. You know, P95 Glocks are like AKs. Yes, Glocks are like AKs. Exactly, sir. Uh, but your sidearm needs to be like Excalibur. You know, it needs to be personal to you. It needs to inspire you, just like a worksman's tools. You know, some guys are DeWalt guys, and some guys are Milwaukee guys, and used to be Makita, and you know. I think when it comes to pistol, I think we don't have to standardize. We can personalize that stuff. And to me, Glocks are they just they don't fire my imagination. You know, it's not the uh, it's not the that bread looked really good, Sister Kate. Was it a it was a yeah, it was a bread. Anyway, so I would show you on my EDC, but YouTube dumps the live stream if you handle scones. Thank you, Sister Kate. Scones. if you handle a firearm on a live stream, YouTube dumps the feed, which I don't actually blame them for when I actually heard why. And this just happened recently on Twitter. They had a spate of guys. Thank you, Sister Kate. It looks good tonight for some reason, but you know it will never fill in. I will always have the patchy stuff. Uh, uh, of guys committing suicide on camera or committing crimes on camera. And so that's actually why they dump live streams where you handle firearms, which to me actually, you know, that okay, that makes sense. I can see that. I don't hold that against them. But the way I found out is I was handling a firearm on a live stream, and it was the best live stream I ever had. There were 130 people in the chat, and I was showing I can't remember what I was showing, but man, it just shut it off. They gave me a channel strike or community strike or whatever it is, and I don't think I could live stream for a week. It was frustrating, but when they explained it to me, I said, okay, you know what, that makes sense. That makes sense. But no, my yeah, Palmetto was in the chat. But my EDC is an Israeli, an IWI. They call it the Jericho. It's the they dumped my New Year's one for something said about medicine. See, that I'm not okay with. Ideas should never be censored. I think this is me. I think you should be able to write anything you want and speak anything you want. But images should be able to be censored at any level. You know, like if a town wants to pass a law that you can't show pictures of children riding bicycles, then that's fine. But that the spoken and written word, just text, nothing else, should be sacrosanct. But any other image, movies, pictures, statues, stained glass windows, all of that stuff should be able to be regulated by any community size. You know, towns should be able to pass those laws. Counties, cities, states, federal. How is the revolting woman and your dozen youngins? Uh, we're past a dozen now. We're at 15. Hey, Mariah, come and talk to Sister Kate for a second. Come and talk to Sister Kate for a second. She's should be here in a second. She might be running to put a head covering on real quick. Yeah, she'll want to say hello to you herself, Sister Kate. We're doing well. Sister Kate's in the live stream. She's asking about you.
Hello.
She asked how our dozen children were, and I told her we were up to 15 now, and she said 15.
Oh.
But our big news is that we've got a third grandbaby fourth. We have a fourth grandbaby on the way. Mariah's daughter had how old is that boy? 4 months. So my stepdaughter, Mariah's daughter, had a baby boy about 4 months ago, and then one of my daughters just told us this week that she's pregnant with the fourth grandchild. So that's our big news. We're all very, very excited. He loses count too. I usually remember the count. I can't remember all their names. You want to say anything? I don't want to just make you sit there awkwardly if you're not.
No, I'm good.
Anyway, so that's what's going on with us as far as family goes. We have 5. Oh, very loud. You can never have enough babies. So anyway, that's it. You don't have to say it if you don't want to. Thank you. If you want to pull on the chair, though, feel free, and you can be a part of the lesson.
I wasn't asleep yet.
I can go to sleep yet. I'm in your bedroom. Arrows in the quiver. I was looking at that verse recently, Pastor Fox, and I saw something that I had I had not noticed before. And I don't know, there might be multiple places where this phrase gets used, but the one I saw recently said that, like arrows in your quiver, so are the children of your youth. It qualifies it, that it's the children of your youth, that the children you have while you're still young that are like arrows in your quiver. And what drove it home for me was I was out somewhere with my father, who at that we just talked earlier before y'all got on that my father's health has taken a turn for the worse in the last year, but up to about a year ago he was still very much in his strength, and I was out with my father and my older sons, who are grown men now too, and I realized my father was still in his strength, I was in my strength, and my oldest sons had come into their strength, and what an unshakable unit. You know, when you talk about unit cohesion and esprit de corps and camaraderie, and just a natural, I mean, is there a more natural chain of command than grandfather, son, grandsons? I mean, talk about an almost psychic, not psych, you know what I'm trying to say though, but talk about an incredibly easy, instantly cohesive unit that we would be. We all need more revolting babies. Well, we're hoping for a few more babies. Uh, yeah, we've never gotten involved in that. We've always joyfully taken whatever Yahweh has given us. So hopefully we'll have a few more. But we also know that if we don't, we've been blessed beyond measure. Anything that we could ever possibly uh, uh, have asked for. So, but if I had any spawn, I have no doubt they would be revolting. But boy, it would be really nice if we had just a few more. I, I, there's this old story. I don't know if it's true or not, but there was this famous feminist reporter named Nellie Bly, who allegedly asked one of the old robber barons, uh, how much money is enough? And he told her just a little bit more. And that's how I feel about children. People, I've been asked this, Zach, how many children's enough? And I always say the same thing: just one more, just one more. Every time we've had a baby, feminist. You mean communist in pink? I actually don't know that much about her, Isaac. I just know she's a feminist. Uh, she also predates communism. Brother Chris out this way has 7 sons, 2 girls, and is open to arranged marriages. Uh, I am also open to arranged marriages. I think those are some of the best marriages. Uh, no, Viking Pastor Fox has an amazing story about Nellie Bly. Is that the one about her around the world trip, sir? There's kind of a cool story about her around the world trip. Uh, cool in that what it says about liberals. I can't remember. There was this one feminist reporter who was going to go around the world one direction, and then and then this other feminist reporter decided to go around the world the other direction in competition with her. And I think it was Nellie Bly. Nellie Bly was one of them, I think. And I can't remember if she was the one who was the copycat or if she was the originator. Uh, oh, that's right. She's also the one who put herself in an insane asylum. I've forgotten about that. Uh, what? What's that, Lance Corporal Veteran? Okay. Stop it. Oh, come on. I remember my parents tried to arrange a relationship with me and another girl, except we couldn't communicate because we didn't speak the same language and only had a week to get to know each other. I'm sure you didn't mean another girl. She did the trip and the other lady quit. So what I had read is that the other lady quit when Nellie Bly finished first. Uh, but there was some question about if Nellie Bly's editor hadn't pulled some shenanigans. I just heard this on a podcast recently. I don't remember all the details. It was a very cool story though. Uh, uh, but I need to look more into it. All right. Well, folks, this has been amazing. Pastor Fox and Sister Kate uh, photo bombed us with some great cameos. Y'all ever see those pictures where Tom Hanks like photo bombs wedding pictures? I feel like we that just happened for us here with the Foxes making an appearance for us. That's fantastic. They've been pivotal in our lives. Uh, I'm sure they've been pivotal in a lot of people's lives, and I'm sure they're like, okay, Zach, stop talking. But they were pivotal in our lives at helping us form form up some of the directions we moved our family into, and so we're always eternally grateful to them. Uh, just just for the encouragement they put out there that I don't even know that they knew they were doing it. They had weddings on Epstein's Island. Nice one, Isaac. All right. One of my older sons just popped in. He's got some information for me. So I am going to call it a night. We appreciate all of you so much. Pastor Fox, thank you. It's good to hear from you. Sister Kate, we're praying for you, ma'am. Please let us know if uh, if there's anything else we should pray for. And we did not even get to our topic this evening. I was going to talk about some books I think men should read. Uh, I just read this one recently, Paralandra. It's the second volume in C.S. Lewis's space trilogy. The first one was okay. This one really hit me. I mean, I really liked this one. Uh, I had Call of the Wild. I think poetry is for men. I really do think poetry is for men. Red Badge of Courage. Of course, I've got my Bible. We've got Survivalist Family, Prepared Americans for a Strong America. Anyway, there you go. We appreciate you guys. Thank you. Have a good evening, and we will see you again soon. I appreciate you hanging out with us. Yeah, C.S. Lewis is great. People are going to start being interesting right when I'm trying to get off this stinking thing. Y'all stop being interesting. All right. We appreciate you. Good night.